All right, what's going on, guys? We are back with another Dokkan Battle video, and today we're going to be talking a little bit more about the hint that Dokkan went ahead and put out. Kind of talk about the options here, and really one option in particular. So the idea here is what a lot of people are thinking, what I'm thinking. This is kind of where like my first thought went to, was for a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo. So this is kind of what this speaks out to me, is a bunch of key spheres, a bunch of key blasts, you know, kind of scattered all over the place right before he brings them in to attack Android 17, you know, during their fight. So that's kind of what this looks like to me. The only thing that's still kind of throwing me off here is the jagged edges a little bit. But if you look at like the manga panel from this, so there's actually somebody put in here, yeah, like this makes it a little bit better to kind of think about. You know, they kind of look like, the key spheres kind of look like this. They're glowing. You got the light shining off them. Maybe that's kind of what they're going for here with the like jagged edges. But yeah, so assuming that this is going to be a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo, basically we're going to look at him. We're going to look at, you know, his part of the saga, try to figure out, you know, we'll talk a little bit about him, and then kind of try to go into what we think the celebration could be around, what the part 2 LR could be. But looking at Piccolo himself, right? So, I mean, Piccolo hasn't had a lot, well, he's had a lot of representation, but not a lot of like headliner representation, right? I mean, we've got like, yes, the new manga Piccolo, but you know, I don't really know if we count these guys very well. You know, like banner unit, you know, free to play, exchange, banner unit, you know, he's part of this card, but mainly it's about the kid Gohan. You know, he's got his card here. He's a part of a card here. He's got his Dokkanfest. He's got the Piccolo Jr., the Orange Piccolo, like all down here. So it's been a little while since Piccolo's had like his own Dokkanfest unit. So a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo right here, right now, would actually be pretty good. More so what I would like to see, I was kind of hoping this would be like a dual Dokkanfest, you know, with Piccolo and then with Android 17, you know, for either like New Year's or for Golden Week. I think would have been like a very, very good slot for them. But if they're going to do it now, I mean, so be it. Piccolo needs the representation. Piccolo needs to step into the spotlight, and this moment needs to really be represented. So next thing we're going to do is flip over to the Android Cell Saga group category, like the category, because this is where he'd be from, right? This would be the category basically that we would look at to try to figure out everything else about the celebration. So looking through here, you know, we've got all these characters. We've got a bunch of Android Cell Saga, you know, trying to figure out who maybe the part 2 LR could be that he'd be paired up with. You know, starting off, we've got Piccolo's here. This is I think one of the only Piccolos that does like the actual Hellzone Grenade. So I already had the animation pulled up. I was kind of like looking at it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, like right there, like you see all the scattered key blasts, right? Kind of like this. And that's kind of why everybody's kind of leaning more towards Piccolo as opposed to anything else. So I think it makes sense. I think we could see it. I think he'd be a good pick for a Dokkanfest. And like I said, like he really hasn't had a whole lot of representation. Like this guy got the Hellzone, but then, I mean, his last Dokkanfest was this Piccolo back in what, 2020 for Global. Like, so basically 2019 is when he came out, right? Because at this point, Global and JP weren't synced. So he came out on JP first, meaning he came out in 2019. So it's been a long time since Piccolo has had like his standalone Dokkanfest. And even this guy, you know, he does the light grenade. This is the light grenade Piccolo. This is even a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo. So the attack that he does here is actually the light grenade against, I think it's against Cell that he does this. So, you know, this part's represented. The initial fight between 17 and Piccolo isn't really there. So us getting this, I think, is a solid choice. Now, as for like the celebration, as for like a part 2, you know, looking at the category, what could we see? I think the obvious choice here is a 17. you know, a 17 as the Part 2 Carnival LR would make sense to kind of pair up with a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo because this is who he fights. So, you know, and last year, the Part 1, Part 2 were connected, right? We had the Buhan as the Dokkanfest. We had Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks as the Carnival LR. The year before was, I think it was Android 21 was the Dokkanfest, and then the Super Saiyan trio, you know, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks from the Android 13 movie were actually the LR. So there was no connection there, like whatsoever. So saying that it has to be connected, like, right, like the fight, it doesn't have to be. Dokkan can really do whatever they want to do at the end of the day. So to me, if they want to do a Hellzone Grenade Piccolo, it makes sense to do a Carnival LR Android 17. Now, again, I feel like this would just be much better dual Dokkanfest as opposed to, as much as I love 17, like giving him a Carnival LR paired with a Dokkanfest Piccolo, I just think is kind of weird. Now, some of the other options here, obviously like 18, I don't think 18 is going to be in there. You could kind of redo this, you know, maybe 17 and 18, or you could do the 3 androids again in Carnival LR form, because this unit is kind of old at this point. So doing something like this could be an option, right, to kind of still go along with the whole Piccolo, Hellzone Grenade kind of thing, fighting the androids. Would make sense. It could work. I mean, you could do, I mean, would they really do like a Cell, like another Cell? You know, we just got Cell this year. We got Cell earlier this year. I don't think Cell would show up again. I mean, it could be first form Cell. An LR first form Cell would be, I don't know. I don't think I'd want to see it, but I mean, it's possible. It's there. The choice is there. Now, if we think about it, the past few years, we've seen like Saiyans or Super Saiyans be the Carnival LR, right? So we had the Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Then we had the Super Saiyan trio. Before that, it was, who was it? It was Super Saiyan Goku. Then Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Then Super Saiyan Goku. So usually a Saiyan, usually a Super Saiyan. I still think 17 makes the best, like makes the most sense to be paired if it's a Piccolo. But we could see Goku. I mean, we could see a Bye Guys Goku. You could see, I don't think you'd see another Gohan, because Gohan had his time in the anniversary. You know, you got the EZA here, you got the manga one here. So doing another Gohan, I think would just be a little overkill. So I could see Goku. One of the other ones I could really see is Trunks. So you could have Trunks or even like Vegeta be there as the Part 2, just to kind of fill that Super Saiyan role. But again, like it just doesn't like fit. It doesn't fit right to me to have it that way, as opposed to like just Android 17 or something androids. Just fits the best to me in the way that I see it. But again, Dokkan does what Dokkan does, so you can't really argue when they decide to flip the script and say, hey, yeah, we're gonna do Piccolo, but we're gonna pair that motherfucker up with Vegeta. It's like, okay, sure. I mean, they're from the same saga, at least. So at least there's that parallel. But we can see it. At the end of the day, Dokkan does what Dokkan does. And again, there's nothing we can really say about it there. But yeah, I mean, really looking into it, I just want to kind of talk about Piccolo, look at the category, kind of see what we could get. I mean, he does, you know, he's a Namekian. He's got this. So let's go ahead and pull up some of these guys. I mean, he does have Fused Fighter. Demonic Power would be a good one. Bottom Master Disciple. He's a Gifted Warrior. He's an Earthbred Fighter. I mean, he's on Heavenly Events, I guess. So, I mean, for the, you know, the burst mode, we needed a Heavenly Event character. So that could make sense as another kind of hint as to what we're going towards here. But yeah, for Namekians, yeah, dude, not a whole lot here. I mean, Slug's there, which is great. This Demon King Piccolo's there. Other than that, Namekians is hurting. Fused Fighter, dude, I don't even know where he would slot in here. Like, Fused Fighter has so many good characters that unless you made him like a Fused Fighter lead, but I mean, we've already got enough of those. I don't really know where he would have a place here on this team. Demonic Power would be a really good one to have. So Piccolo showing up would be great for this team, right? To have with, you know, the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you have Third-Eyed Goma, you have the Banner Unit, Mini Daima Piccolo that he could, you know, link up with pretty well. So I think he would work out pretty good on the Demonic Power team. Bonnet Master and Disciple, again, nothing too crazy. I mean, you've got these guys here, but they're Bonnet Parent Child lead. Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot. I mean, you could pair if he led the category, maybe, you know, you could have him, these guys, you could have him, them. I mean, he's still a good option. He's a good option. So, I mean, there's choices. There's options, dude. We got options. Gifted Warriors. Let's see. We've got a bunch of Vegetas, Broly's. Yeah, I don't foresee him slotting in very well on this team either here. Earthbred Fighters, I don't think would be a bad one to have him on. But yeah, just I think that it makes the most sense for this to be Hellzone Grenade Piccolo, just based off the image, you know, based off the timing and the, I guess, what we could see as a Part 2 LR doesn't make as much sense. But if we're just going off images alone, if we're going off first gut reactions, I'm saying Piccolo. And that's pretty much what I'm sticking to, and I think it's going to be him. I think we're going to see him. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves the representation. So no matter what, I'm happy with it. Happy with the pick. So we should see, you know, the actual reveal on the 26th, and then a data download will happen on the 27th, and then we will actually have him live in game to summon on the 28th. That should be the upcoming timeline. So I'm not really expecting them to do another hint tomorrow. They very well could. You know, I was kind of going back and forth on if they would do a hint. It would either be, you know, they would have done it today or they would do it tomorrow before the actual reveal on the 26th. So since they did it today, I don't think that they're actually going to do another one tomorrow, but you never know. They could, and it would probably clear things up if they did, but I think they'd like to leave it a little ambiguous. Let the community start talking and try to figure out what they want and what we're kind of guessing and what we're kind of going off of. But I do like that they do this. I hope that they continue to do this. I think this is very fun. This is very cool. It gets the community talking, gets the community going, gets you know, a bunch of ideas thrown around everywhere, and yeah, it just makes it more fun. So we might do another video kind of going over some other options, you know, maybe a couple videos over the next like day, just to kind of like talk about what we could see based off of some of the, you know, higher popular picks that we're seeing of what people are thinking it might be. But for right now, this video just kind of goes over Piccolo. He's honestly the top of the list for me. I think that's kind of where we're sitting. I think that's who it's going to be. So I guess we'll find out for sure on the 26th. If you guys stuck around to the end of this video, I do appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think is coming for the next Dokkanfest based off of Dokkan's hint. Do you guys think it's going to be Piccolo? Do you guys think it's going to be something else? Let me know what you guys are thinking. Let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you think we're going to see. And then let me know what you guys think the Part 2 LR could be based off of your choice. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See you!